Hey guys, welcome back to another video with us, the Dust Potato Gang. A lot of you had asked us how did we actually get our cockatiels, Lychee and Egg, to use their foot to grab things and hold food to eat instead of our, I guess, more popular videos that Lychee and Egg are known for, so this is why we wanted to make this series. It's kind of start off a little bit of a motivation why you would want to train them in this trick, other than, of course, they look super cute doing, and that it is a new trick, but mainly we wanted to train Egg to do this so that she wouldn't drop as much food everywhere. And that was really the kind of main motivation why we trained our cockatiel Egg to use her foot to eat food. With that, we can get going. So this training is split into 4 main training phases, as you can see here. Today we'll focus on the first 2 steps, which is both kind of focus on encouraging the cockatiel to actually start grabbing things, and the last 2 phases, 3 and 4, focus more on grabbing food specifically. So we can just dive right into step 1, which is all about grab toys. So for cockatiels who don't grab or use their foot yet, what we did was use grab toys to start encouraging that grabbing behavior, make them grab like these toys for fun. In this first phase, we would encourage you to find your cockatiel's favorite grab toy, one that they play with often and with their foot, and that definitely place that in their cages so they can play with it while they're inside. The objective in this phase here is really to train them to associate that grab motion with the object, which will then transfer to grabbing foods in the later phases. So in case you don't know, grab toys are bird-safe toys that are typically lightweight and designed for a bird to grab and hold while they play with it. For example, things like paper, you could have wicker balls, popsicle sticks, pigtails, and everything else. Some attributes of an ideal grab toy would include it being pretty lightweight. It has to be small enough to fit in the cockatiel's foot, so something between 2 and 5 cm, for example. And you should be able to be hung in their cages so that it moves around while they try to play with it. This last one is pretty important because hanging the toy will mean that it will move when they try and kind of mess with it. So cockatiels will usually try to use their foot to grab that toy that is hung to stabilize it while playing with it, and that's how you associate the grab motion with the toy. Once you've found that the toy that they love, you move on to step 2, or phase 2, I guess. But basically, it's to really start forcing them to hold that favorite grab toy while playing with it. We didn't really do this, but you could also incorporate some sort of positive reinforcement training methods here too. But essentially this step, what you want to do is you basically hand them the toy while they're outside, just on like a training perch or something, have them grab it, and then since they already like this toy, they will try to play with it. And the reason we're doing this, the goal of this phase, is really to strengthen their foot as well as grab motion. So some pro tips around here is that if they drop the toy while they're on the perch, because their foot is a little bit weak, don't worry, just pick it up and give it to them to hold again. This phase is meant really for them to build the muscle they need to later hold food. And another thing is to pay attention to their toe and object placement. When we first trained Egg in this skill, she had never done it before, so she didn't know how to really orient her foot around the object. And so what we found was helpful was to use a bigger volume toy, so a little bit bigger than 2 cm, so she could really only hold the toy in one way while playing with it and not dropping it. A third pro tip here would be to also make sure that you put them on some sort of training perch or somewhere where they can't actually put the toy down on like a table to play with, so that if they want to play with it, they'll have to hold it and keep holding it, otherwise they drop it and they don't get to play with it. The training frequency and when you should end this phase. So we used to do this training about 1 to 3 times a week, about maybe like 10 minutes max, 10 to 20 minutes every time with egg until she could grab it well. And this, because we had university and work, so we didn't really have that much time to do it more often and longer. And or when to stop this phase and move on to the next phase, it would be good if you could get them to hold and play with the toy or object for about 15 to 30 seconds, since that's usually how long it takes for it usually takes like a bit longer for lychee and egg to actually finish their entire snack if it's very big, but like 15 to 30 seconds is long enough for like a very small snack. And so that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next part. Bye!